Howdy, folks. Oh, widget walls from needcoffee.com here. If you'll excuse me, there will be some air, and you will deal with it because we are in Atlanta. It is officially summer, the summer of Splode, with all these movies coming out, and I own a black car. So you do the math or the science or whatever. We're here for another Wayhomer review. I've just left the cinema where I have seen a film, and I'm going to talk to you about it on my way home. And for today, we're going to talk about The Losers. Okay, so, The Losers, based on the comic from DC Vertigo, the quite excellent comic, in fact, by Andy Diggle and Jock, the creative team behind it. The creative team that, if for some reason they were watching this, I would just tell them, please do the authority. Please, it needs you. Anyway, so, the series, quite good. If you can get it collected, please do so. It's worth reading. The film itself, you know, when they started talking about doing it, I was apprehensive, as one normally is. When they started talking about the casting, I was pleased, but still apprehensive, as one normally is, with a good cast. I mean, you've got Jeffrey Dean Morgan, who I thought was great in Watchmen. You've got Idris Elba, who I'll watch in anything after The Wire. Zoe Saldana, who is in everything. And really, can I get a ruling on how we spell her name? Because Death at a Funeral, you recall, she had the tilde and the umlaut, and now she's just got the umlaut. And is it just changing it up depending on the genre that the film is in? Is it the tilde if it's a comedy? And I don't know. So Chris Evans is in it. Great cast, Jason Patric. So I saw this cast coming together, still apprehensive. Saw the first trailer, was very apprehensive because it's very jokey. And the comic is not quite that jokey. But then I saw the second trailer, and they sold me because they have probably my favorite scene from the entire series in the movie with the telekinetic thing. So that I was pretty much in, and I was willing to accept the film for what it is. Does it get loud? Yes. Does it get, at times, ridiculous? Yes. Does a lot of stuff blow up in sometimes ludicrous ways? Yes. Is it a lot of fun, and was that what I was hoping for? Actually, yes. I was very pleased with the film. It is just very fun all the way through. The cast is fantastic, as you would hope with a cast like that. The standouts are, really, I mean, you've got the losers themselves, and also I didn't catch what they had in the trailer. I never do like it when they take the, the title and they have to turn that into the team. That's more an unofficial title, The Losers, but I think in the trailer they had Max actually saying, we must kill the losers, or whatever. And I'm glad they took that out, because I always hate that, like with Watchmen. If memory serves, there was never a team called Watchmen in the comic. It's just that they had to do that because otherwise people would go, I don't understand, what's the Watchmen? But no, Jason Patric is kind of having a ball being the, yes, he's your stereotypical, gleeful sociopath, capital G, capital S, but he's just so very good at it and having such a ball doing it that you really, it's appealing. Also, I don't know who cast Chris Evans as Jensen, but he was fantastic. And of course, anyone who's read the comic knows that you have to have Jensen be right, otherwise the whole thing is wrong. So, but Chris Evans, fantastic. Everybody's really quite good in it. I mean, there's nobody in it that I just go, what was that about? The people, the main thing is this, because I know that we have a lot of viewers and a lot of readers who are comic people. It's not the comic, okay? I'm sure that if you hang out on this site, you know that that things aren't the comic. You go in with the right set of expectations. But I think if you go in with that expectation in mind, knowing that it's, inspired by the comic or whatever, because the primary source material is in 98% of the time always going to be superior. As long as you go in with that, I think you'll be fine. And I think you'll have a good time. Now, the main question is, well, two questions. First, big screen movie? Yeah, I think so. I mean, if you're on a budget, see it on a matinee. But for the most part, I think it would be worth it because it's just a fun movie, and at no point did I ever feel like the fun had stopped. You know what I mean? You ever get into the groove of the fun groove? There you go, the fun groove of a movie, and just it gets a little choppy, and you find yourself ejected from the fun groove. Does that make any sense? Anyway, at no point did I feel like once the groove was established that I had been thrown out of it, and so that takes some doing. So I would say if you're a fan of the comic, if you're a fan of Splode in general, then it's worth catching at least at a matinee, and you should do so. The only thing I would wonder about, how is this really going to do? Because, this is the summer of Splode. There's a lot of Splode to go around. And obviously, if you look at this versus the A-Team, I mean, a lot of comic people are going to go with this, and a lot of TV retro people are going to go with A-Team. It's going to be interesting to see how well this does outside of the normal thing, like we were talking about with Kick-Ass the other day. How well is this going to do outside of the normal people you would expect to go see it? That's what's going to be interesting to watch. But just a big ball of ludicrous fun. That's the Losers in a nutshell. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say about that subject. I will say thank you to everybody who keeps commenting. I had people who were pinging me and going, "Where's your Losers Wayhomer review?" And here it is. So thanks for everybody who gives feedback and who puts comments both on YouTube and on the site. I really appreciate it. And keep those cards and letters coming. So until next time, I'm Widget Walls. Come and check out more mayhem at needcoffee.com. And we'll see you there. Bye. Please do the authority. It needs you. I'd actually buy comics again if you did that. Promise. Bye.